So we've talked about lean in design. We've talked about the waste that we're trying to attack. And then those two techniques, the phase planning, essentially from that milestone, and the weekly work planning. Let's look at a couple of tips just to get started, because I know that it's a challenge when it's something new. It's not always right and very easy for teams of lots of different companies to get together and achieve this. So Dan, how do we go about this? How do we start?
You pull in one person from each of the firms who've involved in the design, and you need really two people initially, the design lead and then a person with the authority to commit the resources for that organization. Because as we start planning this, we're going to want to be able to staff in a way that we're able to meet the commitments that are made. And then you want someone who's a facilitator, knows the process, keeps the session running on time, and is focused on making sure everybody on the team provides input.
Perfect. And then where should we do this?
A big room. In fact, literally a big room is the best place. Some place where all the teams can attend. It may be a virtual big room if you got people in different countries or on different coasts. Hopefully they can all come together at least for the initial session. You want a space that's at least no tables in the way, a big space in front of the wall, and you want a 16 to 20 foot wall that you can spread out plotter paper and put up the stickies that you were showing in the earlier video.
Great. And then any tips to get everyone prepared, get everyone ready?
Make sure that the leadership decides on all of the milestones and defines them, what that means, what are the conditions of satisfaction. Identify separate areas of work that need to be pulled separately. If there are swim lanes, civil may be different from interiors, for example, or building floors or different areas. And clarify those conditions of satisfaction for major milestones. What does that actually mean? I
see something that I would like.
I hope print those electronic tags out of Plannerly. You need the visuals to facilitate the discussion. If you're running out of tags or you're not using it, definitely Post-its work great, but make sure you use Sharpies so that you can clearly read them. Some tape, some markers, some paper, and food. Teams run on food.
Bring food and they will come. They will come.
Higher protein is better than sugary snacks.
Fantastic. So we've crammed a lot in. Thank you, Dan, for joining us. Maybe if you'd just like to summarize what we've learned today.
Sure. Identify who your customers are. They're not only the customer, but the people around you to whom you are a vendor of information. Identify non-value adds, things that are wasteful. Sequence your virtual build. Implement pull planning, pulling from right to left. Cultivate the right environment, which is collaborative, and gets food. Everybody loves food.